If you have ever wondered why your drone feels sluggish on a hot afternoon at a high elevation site, or why it seems to eat through battery faster than usual, the answer almost always comes down to one thing: density altitude. And if you are studying for your Part 107 exam, this is a topic that shows up again and again. So let's break it down completely. Density altitude is one of those concepts that sounds complicated the first time you hear it, but once you understand the logic behind it, it becomes one of the easier topics to master. At its core, density altitude is a way of describing how thin or thick the air is, expressed as an altitude. It tells you how the air is actually behaving, rather than just how high above sea level you happen to be. Let's start with the foundation. Air density is simply how tightly packed the air molecules are in a given space. Thick, dense air has lots of molecules closed together. Thin air has fewer molecules spread further apart. Your aircraft, whether it is a small quadcopter or a fixed-wing drone, depends on air molecules for almost everything it does. The propellers need air to bite into in order to generate lift and thrust. The engine or motor needs a certain amount of oxygen to perform efficiently. So when the air gets thinner, performance suffers across the board. Now here is where density altitude comes in. Instead of just saying the air is thin or thick, we express that thinness or thickness as an altitude value. Density altitude is defined as pressure altitude corrected for non-standard temperature. In plain language, it is the altitude in the standard atmosphere at which the air density would be equal to the actual air density at your location on that particular day. This matters because standard atmospheric conditions assume a sea level pressure of 29.92 inches of mercury and a temperature of 15 degrees Celsius or 59 degrees Fahrenheit. As you climb in the standard atmosphere, temperature drops and pressure drops in a predictable way. But real-world conditions rarely match that standard model exactly. So density altitude gives us a single number that accounts for the combined effect of pressure, temperature, and to a lesser degree, humidity, all rolled into one figure that tells you how your aircraft will actually perform. Let's talk about the three main factors that drive density altitude. The first is elevation, also called field elevation or pressure altitude. The higher you go above sea level, the less atmosphere is pressing down on the air below, so the air naturally becomes less dense. This is why operations in mountain states or at high elevation launch sites require extra caution. The second factor is temperature. Hot air is less dense than cold air because heat causes air molecules to spread further apart. This is the factor that catches most pilots off guard because temperature changes throughout the day, sometimes dramatically, while elevation never changes at all. The third factor is humidity. Moist air is actually less dense than dry air. This feels backwards to a lot of people, but water vapor molecules are lighter than the nitrogen and oxygen molecules that make up most of our atmosphere. So when humidity increases, density decreases, even though it does not have as strong an effect as temperature or elevation. Put those three together, and you get what we call high-density altitude conditions. High, hot, and humid. If you remember nothing else from this video, remember that phrase. High elevation, hot temperature, and high humidity all push density altitude up, which means the air is behaving as if you were flying at a much higher altitude than you actually are. So what does high-density altitude actually do to your drone? Several things happen at once, and they all work against you. First, your propellers become less efficient. Thinner air means each rotation of the blade bites into fewer air molecules, so it produces less lift and less thrust for the same amount of power. Second, your motors have to work harder to compensate, which increases current draw and drains your battery faster than it would in normal conditions. Third, your maximum takeoff weight capability effectively decreases, because the aircraft simply cannot generate as much lift. An aircraft that climbs briskly and hovers steady at sea level on a cool morning might feel noticeably weaker, slower to climb, and less responsive on a hot afternoon at a higher elevation airport. This is exactly why high-density altitude is one of the leading causes of aircraft performance problems in aviation generally, and it applies just as much to small unmanned aircraft as it does to manned aircraft. A drone heavily loaded with camera gear, operating at a high elevation site in the heat of the afternoon, is sitting in the worst-case scenario for density altitude. Now let's connect this to what you need to know for the exam itself. The Part 107 test wants you to understand the relationship clearly. As density altitude increases, aircraft performance decreases. You should also understand the direction of each variable. Higher elevation increases density altitude. Higher temperature increases density altitude. Higher humidity increases density altitude, though its effect is smaller than the other two. And you should understand that density altitude is not the same thing as pressure altitude. Pressure altitude only accounts for non-standard pressure. Density altitude takes pressure altitude and then corrects it further for non-standard temperature. You might also see questions referencing density altitude charts, similar to what a manned aircraft pilot would use for performance calculations. As a remote pilot, you likely will not run detailed performance charts for most small drone operations, but you need to recognize when conditions are pushing density altitude higher, and know that this reduces your performance margin. Here is a practical way to think about it in the field. On a cool, dry morning at a low elevation site, your density altitude might actually be lower than the field elevation itself, meaning the air is denser than standard, and your aircraft will perform better than expected. But take that same site on a hot, humid summer afternoon, and density altitude can climb thousands of feet above the actual field elevation. Your aircraft is now performing as if it were launching from a mountaintop, even though the ground elevation never changed. This is why experienced pilots always factor time of day into their flight planning, especially during summer months or at higher elevation operating locations. Early morning flights when temperatures are cooler generally give you the best performance margin. Mid-afternoon flights when temperatures peak give you the worst. Let's do a quick recap before you head into practice questions. Density altitude is pressure altitude corrected for non-standard temperature. It represents how the air is actually behaving, expressed as an altitude value. Three factors drive it upward: elevation, temperature, and humidity, with high, hot, and humid conditions producing the highest and most performance-robbing density altitude. As density altitude increases, air becomes thinner, propeller efficiency drops, motors work harder, battery life suffers, and maximum performance capability decreases. This applies to every powered aircraft, including the small unmanned aircraft you will be flying as a certificated remote pilot. Understanding density altitude is not just about passing a test question. It is genuinely one of the most useful pieces of knowledge you can carry into real-world operations, because it directly affects safety margins, battery endurance, and payload capacity on any given flying day. Keep this concept in your back pocket, because you will use it far beyond the exam. If this helped clear things up, make sure you grab the free density altitude cheat sheet linked in the description below. It breaks down these relationships in a quick visual reference you can keep on hand before every flight. And if you are serious about passing your Part 107 exam on the first attempt, stick around, because this channel is built entirely around getting you there. Fly safe, fly smart, and see you on the next episode.